Welcome back, everyone. It's been a couple of days, and hope you've had a great weekend. Aha, looks like I can see. Had a wonderful weekend with my family, at least on Saturday night, so that was really lots of fun. It was very cool or cold-ish out where we were, so we had a great big huge bonfire, so that was fun. All right, just checking to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Sometimes I know my hand gets in the way. I'm sure I'll get this figured out eventually. I think one of the pieces of equipment I want to look into is called a microphone arm. And it, you know, the lamps that they're on an arm kind of like that, and maybe this part clamps to a table or a bed or something like that, and that leaves this part free to, you can kind of pull it where you want the light source to be. That's what the microphone arm does, except there's usually a microphone on the end of it instead of a lamp. And I was just more familiar with the lamp, seeing a lamp on something like that. Excuse me. But apparently that would be very handy to have, because I would be able to move the camera where I want you to see, be able to see filming, and not see my hand sometimes. Or I could raise and lower your view, because I'm just using my phone. I'm not using a fancy camera where I can just press a button and kind of zoom you out and zoom you in. Mine's inside a holder for my microphone. For my iPod. Oh my goodness. My iPhone. And so the controls are somewhat obscured, let's put it that way. That's what I'm trying to say, but my words weren't coming out very well, were they? So, any new things to talk about today? I'm sure there are. I want to back up and just let you know this is still Tefi that I'm working on. This is the start of my third row. And yes, I'm back into color blocking. Oh, and before I did this, actually, I think I can move you. I was going to show you how I have started my color blocking. I was just doing kind of an outline. I'm sorry, that doesn't want to tip up very easily. But there you can see was what my method was. I kind of outlined the whole thing, and then at some point I just kind of randomly, I'm doing this while trying to hold the camera, so it's a little more difficult so that you can see all of it and not just part of it. Yeah. So I'm just kind of making my own grid pattern. At the moment, I'm kind of like counting 7, and then on that 7th one, I swing over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that there would be 6 empty spaces. Obviously, there's no method to that. It's just personal choice. You could make them all 4 by 4 or 5 by 5, or if you wanted to do with squares, you could do rectangles. You could do none of this. You could just work row by row or line by line. So, thought I'd just let you see what I was doing, though. This, as I think I mentioned before, keeps me a little more engaged in doing what is considered color blocking. Working with one color for an extended length of time. Just makes it a little more interesting. So, but I am concerned about trying to keep it straight. So I've experimented with kind of doing diagonal patterns, and I've done some of that. But this time, at the moment, I'm happy just continuing on in a straight method. Move my diamonds a little closer. Move my drills. So nice popping sound from my wax. I haven't done any round drill diamond painting in a while. Most of the ones I've been working on have been square. So I'm running into an little challenge with my wax and my diamond painting pen. And I alluded to it a little in one of the previous videos about some people think it's old wax when it tends to come out of your diamond painting pen and stick to the diamonds instead of staying in your pen. So I also, because I do so much square, I really prefer the super sticky Paddy Waxx that I use. And I thought, perhaps I'll just try the regular Paddy Waxx for the round because it's a lot less sticky. But and it was fine. It was fine. But I had all my pens preloaded with the super sticky. So I finally made the leap, and that's what I'm working on right now. So you may find me kind of fighting a little bit. Not fighting a little bit, but trying to keep my pen in line, so to speak. Behave itself, at least the wax. Yeah. So when you fill in, I think that's where you can really figure out. Let's see, let's try a little zigzag here, or sorry, cross. Oh, there just went a blob of wax. I don't know if you can see that, but I can. Right there. So I'm just pushing it in to my pen with my finger. But that means that it's going to start happening a lot, would be my guess. Okay, so we'll go from the other corner. And now look, I can just fill these in however I want. So there's a great example of making it interesting. So as I place these diamonds, you can see sometimes my pen is a little offset. It's because I'm not going straight up and down into my tray. You know, little offset. So that's how I'm picking them up. But it's still giving me good placement. And as long as I'm aware of where the diamond is on my pen, then when I go to place it, what I'm looking at is hopefully that circle that's on these as a guide on this canvas as a guideline. I'm trying to keep it kind of centered under the diamond or the drill. So I've got an extra row to work on this one. I think some wax came off that one. There we go. So I wonder what kind of things you do while you're diamond painting. Do you diamond paint in silence? Do you diamond paint with the TV on? Do you diamond paint with music on? How about audiobooks? Those have been perfect for me. I've enjoyed that, just opened up a whole new world to me being able to diamond paint while listen to an audiobook. I love that. So of course you can diamond paint for a long time and listen to a lot of books or a book. Okay, some of this is going to be off camera because I'm just to the top. Oh, this is backwards of this square right here. So I'm a little bit off camera, but I've only got a couple rows, and then I'll be back in the camera field. So give me a second. Yeah, I been trying to find very inexpensive methods to listen to books, and yet still be in the genre that I like to listen to. So that's been a little bit of a journey there. At the moment, I'm on Scribd, Scribd. And you can get the app, but I pay a monthly fee, but it's a manageable monthly fee to me. And I have access to lots and lots of books and the authors that I particularly enjoy listening to. I like listening to stories, not biographies, although I have to say I've never tried one, so I don't know. I really enjoy reading more for an escape, so that's the books that I've gravitated towards, is books that just kind of take me out of what this current, because I also don't read current books written about the 20th century, well, the current day, let's put it that way, or even future. I haven't delved into that either. I really enjoy period books that are, Victorian or Georgian or just that old English world. A simpler time, I would say, but only some of it's not very pretty, for sure. But yeah, and they're usually a mystery, but romance as well, although I stay away from the hot and heavy. I'm listening to them usually without earbuds, so I want to be mindful if anybody's around. I gotta change my pen. Can't pick up this way. Okay, I'm gonna shake my tray. Watch these puppies just line up. Oh, I do love this tray for that. It's so good. The grooves in it, they just lie so nice. And I appreciate that when I need a lot of diamonds. As you can tell, this was full of a lot of diamonds. So anyway, yeah. Sometimes I have okay, so here's the other thing that I like to do. I like to watch miniseries or shows with lots of seasons. Then they just play and play and play, but I find that they need to be something that I've probably seen a long time ago, or they need to be shows that I don't have to sit and watch, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm watching myself place diamonds and pick up diamonds. I'm not watching what's going on the TV. So I like to personally watch the Hercule Poirot series. I love watching or listening, I should say, primarily to that. Obviously, I look up from time to time, but So I like Agatha Christie stories. Miss Marple is a huge favorite. Another British crime series is called Midsummer Murders. They just, the scenery is stunning on these, and I don't know, I think they're into season 22 or 23, something like that, but they're British, so their seasons do not consist of 26 shows, or, I mean, ours used to, but ours doesn't anymore either. But in the UK, the series that a season might consist of 4 shows, some even only a couple. That's very disappointing, but, you know, Midsummer is a little more, I can't remember, like maybe 4 to 6, somewhere in there, typically. And it's just a nice something to have on in the background. And I've seen most of them so many times that I'm pretty familiar with what's going on. So those are some things that I like to do while diamond painting. And of course, now I'm kind of filming and chatting, which is new for me. I'm not a chatty person, per se. I'm more an observer, and that seems to be my role in life. One that I've chosen, I guess. So I'm not complaining at all, but just all this speaking is new to me. It's a big blob of glue there. I'm just going to push it in using the tray a little bit. Tray that had diamond support underneath it, by the way. Talked about that another time too. So what kind of things do you like to diamond paint? There are journal covers and clocks and cards and stickers. The kids my grandkids have really enjoyed diamond painting some stickers, and that's been fun. So that's something that they can kind of do while I'm doing. And okay, I'm going to move my board up. Then, I don't have to hold the camera. And look, I'm almost done. Okay, so here's a tip. See how my handmade release papers, they're not quite, well, it doesn't matter, even the ones you buy. They won't, you can't line them up. That would be way too time consuming to be right underneath the diamonds that you're gonna, the row. Let's put it that way. So it's kind of half on the row, half off of the row. And then when I do my next row, my sleeve, especially if it's a sweater, can get stuck and leave little fibers. So that is where something simple like washi tape can come into play. So right now, because I'm filming and thinking about it, I'm just gonna tear off a strip of washi tape and stick it right on the canvas, as well as my release paper, up against the diamonds. And I'll raise that a little bit so that that's not an issue when I move forward in the next, well, it won't be too long before I'll be ready to move on. I've got this color blocking to do, and then I have this color blocking to do, and then I'll be doing more confetti. So yeah, so this one just kind of has that white border around it. And I'll show you one more time. This is what I'm working on. So lots of pretty color, but there's lots of white. Even through see her highlights in her hair. And on her face, that's probably white as well. So, should be pretty. There are a few AB drills on this one. The Aurora Borealis drills with an iridescent coating on them. So the base of the drill is a color, a pastel color typically. I don't know that I've seen any bright colored ones. And then there's an iridescent sheen on the top of the drill. So when the light hits it just right, it gives an extra special sparkle. So there's a few of those in here, and that'll be pretty to see when it's all finished. So yeah, I'm gonna look at how long I've been filming. Oh, there it is. Yes, it's way past time. I'm trying to keep these around 20 minutes for you so that they're not either too boring or you look at the thing and say, oh, I don't have time to watch that. So I'm going to sign off for today. A little bit longer than normal, but I'm going to finish this particular square and then I'll see you on the next video. Until then, happy diamond painting and wishing you many blessings.